Today we're going to make some Salisbury steak, keto style. Okay, our ingredients for this recipe, I've got about 2.5 pounds of ground chuck. And I'm going to kind of mix some, I've got some almonds that I've chopped up kind of coarse, about a cup of that. We'll use that to kind of bind it, and we'll use 3 eggs to bind it. That's our hamburger. I'm going to put a little salt and pepper for seasoning. And after that, for our sauce, we'll use some beef broth, some low carb ketchup, some Worcestershire sauce, some minced garlic, some onions, and some mushrooms for our sauce. So the first thing I'm going to start out to do, I'm going to season up my hamburger with salt and pepper, and then mix in my eggs and my ground up almonds. The reason why we're using almonds, we're doing that in place of breadcrumbs to help make this keto. You know, almonds are low carb, that's why we're doing that. So now we're going to start off by putting some salt and pepper. Just do that to your taste. And almonds in there. Eggs. The way I know how to mix this up is just get in there and squeeze it around. It's kind of like if you're making a meatloaf or something like that. Okay, I got 5 patties there in my electric skillet. So I took this in 2 batches. Add a little bit more salt and pepper to it. So we're going to let that go and do a couple batches of that. Okay, we've got part of them done, and we tried a little sample to make sure it's flavoring right. That's kind of what it looks like with the almonds, chopped up almonds in there, and bind them together, and it does taste pretty good now. If you want to add some more flavor in there, onions or garlic, you can do that, but we're trying to keep it kind of mild for the kids. But I think you'll enjoy this. Okay, now we're going to saute our onions and put some garlic in here, put minced garlic. And some stir it in. I drained most of my drippings out from the beef. I left a little bit to saute this. And then I'm going to add my mushrooms.
When the mushrooms, I want to make beef broth. See, it's holding immersion blend.
Salt and pepper to that. Okay, now we're going to start working on our sauce. And I failed to mention earlier what we're going to use for the thickening, the xanthan gum. And you just use like a 1/4 teaspoon of that per cup of liquid. So we're going to use about 4 cups of liquid. So I'm going to pour a little bit here first and dissolve a teaspoon of the xanthan gum. Before I add it in with the rest of it. So there's that. Put that aside. the reason why we're using that instead of cornstarch or flour is, again, because of the trying to keep this keto. And let's see, this has less than 1 carb per 1/4 teaspoon, so you're looking at maybe one or 2 carbs for the whole dish. Well, this gets really good. Okay, I tried whisking the xanthan gum in with some of the beef broth, and it was lumpy, so I had to break out the immersion blender, and we're going to use that to get it blended. Going to work good. So we're going to add some salt and pepper. And probably 3 or 4 tablespoons of ketchup. It's sugar-free ketchup. It's like 1 carb per tablespoon. 2, 3. Now, I'm going to put some Worcestershire sauce, about a tablespoon of that. Now there. Slow Worcestershire sauce. Okay. Worcestershire sauce. And then I'm going to put about a tablespoon of sugar-free steak sauce, or organic steak sauce, sugar-free. Whoops, I missed my spoon. So let's call that about 2 or 3 tablespoons. And this is a new recipe for us, so we'll see how it goes. So we're going to blend that up. That's about got it. Yeah, you're right, Judy. I think that's about got it. Let me unplug that. And now we're going to add that to our mushroom and onion mixture. Stir it in. And that gets blended up real good and smooth. That heated up, and I think it's definitely going to thicken. Up till it kind of comes to a little bit of a simmer. This is also a good way to save cleanup on your pans, because you're kind of deglazing your pan when you make a sauce. You're using a wooden spoon, so all that sticky meat chunks is going to be in your sauce. Okay, the sauce didn't have quite the flavor we wanted. I don't know if it's because of a little bit too much steak sauce, but anyway, I added probably a good tablespoon of Tony's Creole seasoning, and a couple tablespoons of cream, and a tablespoon of this Swerve brown sugar replacement, and I think that balanced it out pretty good. So now we're going to add our meat back in there. Looks like it's got pretty good thickness to it. hot. We're gonna kind of let that heat up a little bit, get the meat heated back up, blend in there, and be ready to plate it up. And there it is, plated up, our keto-friendly Salisbury steak. And we have green beans on the side with a little onion cut up in that. And these are cauliflower mashed potatoes. People call them frotatoes, and that'll be another recipe sometime.
Thanksgiving.
So that's low carb Salisbury steak dinner. And I hope you'll give us a try.